and Roll Friday on the Savage Nation. Pardon me, I'm still an American. Is it illegal to play old rock and roll? Has Obama made it illegal yet? It's too American. You know, I realize that by opening up our nuclear missile silos and sites to the Russians, that I'm trying to think about this. Do you know that 20 years ago agents would have been shot for this? Do you have any idea where we are, that we're watching this occur right in front of our eyes? If anybody in the CIA had been working, let's say, as a double agent and was working for the Soviet Union and said, I can get you a map of where all of the American nukes are and how many are in each silo, and he was caught, he probably would have been tried for treason and executed. And they announced they're going to do it, and nothing happens. Instead, the schmucks in the media cover Balloon Boy. Don't you understand that the media government complex, what I defined in 97, is exactly what I've been saying to you? Nobody else in the media really understands what's going on. I don't even think they're covering it up. I just think they're dumb schmucks. You know, most of the guys in the media are not well educated. They're not smart. Don't you understand that yet? Don't you put two and two together? Most of the people who go into journalism, whether it be print journalism or television journalism, are fundamentally high school dropouts, especially in talk radio. And look, if you're a high school dropout, don't take umbrage with me. I'm telling you, you need a little more education to understand what's going on. They're either sports nuts who got lucky with talk radio, or they're high school dropouts, or they went to 2 years of college somewhere in Pawtucket, Utah, and that was the end of it. Does it make them bad people? No. But it makes them kind of like not capable of explaining to you the global situation. All they can do is be a puppet for one side or the other. I, unfortunately, for your sake, most particularly for the two-party system, tell you, as an American, I'm shocked by what I see going on. The Obama administration says it's going to open up our missile silos to the Russians and show them where all the missiles are and how many are in the silos. And we say, oh, great, that's wonderful. And not a word from a Republican. That's why the Republicans are out of business. Out of business. 1-800-449-8255, michaelsavage.com. Any call is welcome. Any topic is fair game. Godric, 1-800-44. I was yelling for my assistant. I'm here in the Chicago. Jason, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Dr. Savage, I was calling that you had mentioned you're right about the three people they mentioned that for president for the Republican Party, but with all the corruption that's going on right now, which is completely obvious, I think, to the majority of Americans, what Bobby Jindal has done in Louisiana and cleaning that state up has been quite remarkable.
I understand. Well, look, let's stop right here. All I said was Huckabee, Romney, and Palin will not win. They're unelectable. None of them are electable. That's number one. And I said, where is the Obama on the conservative side? I hope you don't say Jindal, because he had his shot at the limelight and he didn't succeed. It doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He has no Q factor. He doesn't excite audiences. Do you understand, Jason? He doesn't have the capacity to motivate people. Thank you. I'm not going to argue with you. That's all. I'm not going to argue with you. That's another loser. Nice man, good policies. He is not capable of leading a national party anywhere. None of them are. Anyone who is capable of doing it was basically driven out of town by George Bush. Give me a little rock and roll, will you please? Well, what's the point of all of that? Again, I'm doing politics. I said I would have an easier time. Again, the same song. Oh, God. Well, I'd rather talk about something else. In a few minutes, we're going to talk with... Turn this off. In a few minutes, we're going to talk with one of the leaders of the Tea Parties. She is also a radio host in St. Louis, Dana Loesch, who has had it with the two-party system. And she's talking about real conservatives turning their backs on the GOP. She sounds like a twin for Michael Savage. And I never met her, but I saw her on television today, and I said, we got to get her on this show. We'll see how good she is. I mean, her message is fantastic, and she's 100% right. I mean, she pointed out that Newt Gingrich came out today in support of Didi Skozafava. Pardon me, I've been watching The Sopranos lately. Came out in support of Didi Skozafava, a Republican nominee who is so to the left that this so-called Republican in New York is backed by Acorn, endorsed by every left-wing party. She's pro-abortion, pro-stimulus, and the woman said she's not even a rhino, she's a Democrat. And here is what Newt Gingrich, the fraud, chooses to back. How many years have I told you Newt Gingrich was? What did I call him? I called him like the Beltway Newt or something, whatever that is. Don't you understand I see everything? I'm the all-knowing Michael Savage. At least that's one man's opinion. Did you read that Limbaugh said that he didn't know that Soros might have been on his investment team to buy the team? Don't you put two and two together yet? When are you going to find out that P.T. Barnum was right when he said this way to the egress? How many years is it going to take you to understand that 90% of what you hear, P.T. Barnum would agree with?
Savage.